Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Collins Prairie Sports Complex for the Christie Corrigan Blitz, the final day. This is Dave Jackson. I'm being joined with Morgan Stanton here, one of the premier announcers for Northwest Access TV.
Dave, it's a pleasure to be here. We've been talking about this for a while. I know you've been calling color for me for a couple of years now on select games, but it's good to be in this role with you, and I'm excited to see what you got for me today.
I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you folks at home that I'm going to be a nervous student here under my tutelage of my teacher. We got the girls lining up for the starting announcements now.
In goal, number 31,
Avery Marcel, 8th grader from Potsdam, starting in net. Alexis Smith.
Also playing defense, number 2, Tegan Sheldon.
And Tegan Sheldon will be on the blue line for Avery.
Number 3,
Sophie Merriman Bruno will be the center on the first line. She'll be sided by the Bicknell sisters, Riley and Avery Bicknell. 8th grader, number 7. Avery Bicknell is the 8th grader for Potsdam.
We were talking about that ahead of the game, Dave. All these 7th and 8th graders, all these underclassmen for the Sandstoner team. It's impressive to see a couple of 8th graders in the starting lineup.
Yeah, your second line centered by a 7th grader. New York has that ability where you can physically test into the high school level, and obviously these girls passed it. So we'll see.
I was never that kid, I'll be honest. You know, I may be from New York, but I played every level at the time that I was supposed to. I was not advanced enough to test up to be able to play on a varsity team.
These physical tests you can't really cheat on.
I've always been a big kid, so it's something that was always in me. It's just the ability wasn't there.
Yeah. Here comes our national anthem, and the Comets will sing again. Here we go, folks. Beautiful music has been played. The girls are putting their helmets back on. They're going to line up at center ice for the first puck drop of the nightcap of the Christie Corrigan Blitz. Earlier game was Hingham Mass versus Essex. Hingham Mass walked away with a 3-0 win. That combined with their 7-0 victory over BFA last night will anoint them as the tournament champions. Essex will probably, depending on the goal scoring here, it could be, still we got second places up for grabs here. So we see what happens here.
It was impressive watching that Hingham team last night. Like we were talking about 5 minutes into that first period, you could just tell that every loose puck they were going to fight for and they were going to get. And on the flip side of that, BFA had a hard time clearing their own zone. A lot of turnovers at the blue line, which is a good thing and a bad thing because, you're already to the outside of the ice, so your shooting lanes are clear for your goalie, which is a good thing. But you're also giving the shooters a bunch of time at the blue line to pick out their spots, and that's kind of what killed BFA last night in that first period.
Yeah, they had a lot of anticipation. They were honest. The Comets are going to start the second line of last night will be out first with Lamphere on the wing, Kuchar at center, Frady's on the other side, and Smith and Emma Castor will be on the point. Puck behind the net now. Frady's giving pressure, pumped up to the sideboard, pushed back in by number 7, Jillian Smith, who pinched down low. Puck slides by Castor, comes out of the zone. It's going to be picked up by number 7, Avery Bicknell, taking it deep, throws one in the middle, shot on Jackson. Jackson with the saves, kick to the corner. Bicknell back to the front. goes wide and pops out of the zone. It's going to be chased down by number 2 for the Sandstoners, Tegan Sheldon, coming up ice with it. Crosses the center line. Passes it over. Number 9 throws it in for the Hot, the 7th grader, throws it into the zone. Comets are going to control it. Number 3, Chatham Brulette with the puck. Bounces it off the fireboards and out. Comes back down in. Jillian Smith going behind the net, but it's going to come across, and Chatham Brulette will pick it up on the far side. Over to Smith. Smith behind the net now, throws it up the boards, just past Storms, and doesn't quite clear, and thrown back in by number 25, Alexis Smith. We picked up by Brulette. Brulette's got some wheels. Freshman right here, Morgan. Gets a little touch up on the blue line before she gets it in. Still crosses the line and goes deep in the corner. She follows it.
Already just a minute and a half into this game, we've already seen 3 line changes on the backside for Potsdam. They're trying to get those fresh legs out on the ice early.
It might be a little bit of a line match. Now Potsdam's coming clear of the puck. Getting across the zone is number 10, Jordan Scott. Throwing one in on Jackson. Jackson makes a save and holds on for the whistle.
We'll take you back just to that first play of the game for the Sandstoners as Avery Bicknell, the 8th grader, was bearing down on Jackson. She tracked her very nice all the way across the net and was able to get the pad on the ice and make a great save on a very in-tight opportunity.
Erin Jackson, my daughter, she should be warmed up after last night's 40 shots.
She saw a lot of shots last night.
A lot of shots, 40 shots recorded, and I'm sure she felt like it was twice that many.
Did she say she was sore?
There was some Advil taken last night. Puck Storms is trying to get it clear. Pinched in by the Sandstormers number, let's see what that is, 17. Levi Forney. Now it's down in the Sandstoner zone. Picked up by, that looks like Lily Ferraro. Throws it back up to the point. Thrown back in by Jillian Matthews. Avery Marcel will hold on to it for the save and get the whistle. Reset to her right.
And that's something that the Comets need to do here early in this first period, is not only get shots on goal, but a lot of traffic in front of the net. Really test Avery Marcel in the front of the net.
Yeah, Marcel as an 8th grader, this is going to be a big jump up for her, whatever level she's been playing at. So it's a good idea to just put as much pressure on her as you can early. Sandstoners look like they're going to be right there to defend her. Alexis Smith with the puck coming out of the zone. Pushes it through. Comets trying to pinch in. It still clears. They push it back, and they got to do a touch up. Storms is still going deep. She hasn't touched up yet, so there will be an offsides. Face-off will be just outside the blue line on the Sandstoners, right off their bench. Line changes for both sides.
Seems to be more of an emphasis for the Comets of getting the puck down deep than it was in the first period of last night. But again, you're playing a team that isn't as fast as Hingham either.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more ease being able to get the puck down deep.
Smith pressured early by Sophie Merriman Bruno. Gets it down low and throws one over. Jackson glove saves and holds on for the whistle. Hingham Mass did not allow the Comets to get deep. They were so on every loose puck. I mean, you tried to dump it, they were picking it up on the circle and bringing it right back out. Tied up by both centers. Kuchar is a strong body right there for the Comets. The puck gets sent down behind the net. Jillian Smith picks it up. Pressured by Bicknell. Avery, number 7. Pushes it back around over to Kuchar. Kuchar comes up. Good pinch on Kuchar by a Potsdam winger. That would be Sophie Merriman Bruno, actually the center. It is cleared out of the zone. Here comes Freight Train Frades over to Lamphere. Lamphere playing on the blue line, crosses in. Puck picked off her stick by number 2, Tegan Sheldon, throws it out of the zone. It's kicked right back to Castor. Castor over, looking for Frades. Frades picks it up, throws it in on the blue line, and turning around for a line change now. You've got number 17 for the Comets, Myra McGinn, putting some pressure. It gets thrown out wide. Now we got Cushion, Callie Cushion coming out of the corner with it. It's down low. I'm a short guy trying to lean over. Back into the corner. Ferraro has it now behind the net, skating around the net, throws it back up the boards, looking for Chatham Brulette on the blue line. Brulette's got tied up by the Sandstoners, but she's still able to keep it in. They're fighting along the boards now, and here comes Callie Cushion going in behind the net with number 9, Lexi Hott, 7th grader for the Potsdam team. Puck is thrown around the boards. Marley Johnson will be there to the blue line, but Cushion takes it and then taps it up to Johnson. Johnson throws it in off a pad. Cushion gets it on her stick and tries to keep it in, but it's thrown out high. Picked up now by Myra McGinn. It's a little glove save off Marley Johnson's hands and went to McGinn stick, so they called the whistle there. A little hand pass, inadvertent.
Great job by Brulette holding that blue line, making a diving save on that last offensive opportunity for BFA. She does a good job at the blue line, doesn't she?
Brulette is very strong in blue line, and also you'll see number 9 here, Isabel Stewart, another freshman who's on the ice now. She's just another one that goes deep on a pinch, keeps the puck in. Very strong, good skaters. Sandstoners trying to come out of the zone. It hits off of Addie Parent's skates, bounces back up now. Sandstoners grabs it, and they're bringing it out. Number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. Throws one in soft, just wide of the net. Jackson lets it go. It's in the corner. DeMarco's with it. 2 Comets on her to get it out. Fitzgerald and Storms, but down goes right back in behind the net. Jillian Matthews over there pressuring DeMarco. DeMarco seems to be all over the offensive zone here for the Sandstoners. Comes up to Addie Parent and sideboards, but she's pressured by number 18. Well, she's a new girl for the roster. I'll have to find her. Number 18 for the Sandstoners, Sloan Bicknell. Matthews up ice now. She hits Fitzgerald just before the blue line. Fitzgerald skates it out, across the red line, dumps it in. The line will go for a line change. Stewart and Matthews will stay on for the Comets, keeping pressure down in the zone for the Sandstoners. Here comes number 7, Avery Bicknell, up ice with the puck. Picked up by Matthews inside the zone and thrown across ice, looking to hit number 8, Fitzgerald. Goes past her to the boards and brought back out by number 20, Audrey Sheldon. Chad and Brulette picks it up at the Comets blue line. Actually, I'm sorry, that would be Isabel Stewart. Puck down deep in the corner. You've got Lamphere and Frady's putting pressure, trying to keep it low. Comes up wide. Castor pinches down, but and keeps it in low. Good job by Emma Castor going to the hash marks pinch. Puck now coming around from behind the net, coming out of the zone. It's going to be picked up by number 3, Sophie Merriman Bruno. Got some wheels going down the boards, but she's kept to the outside by the Comets defense. Great job back checking by Kucher. Picked up by Frady's. Frady's throws it up. Haley Lamphere plays the puck behind her, kicks it in the front, and still makes way and heads into the Sandstoners zone. Sandstoners take control of the puck, and here comes number 2, Tegan Sheldon, crossing her own blue line. Now the center ice line. Makes a little move. She's into the Comet zone. Throws one off a deflection wide of the net. Picked up by Jillian Smith. Smith rolls and comes up ice with it, looking for a pass. She hits Myra McGinn. Myra McGinn moving up ice. She's got Storms in front of her. That's Ferraro. I'm sorry. 6 into 5 was hard for me to see.
Those jerseys always gave me a little bit of a problem with the font on the back.
Yeah, it kind of rolls. Callie Cushion playing with the puck in the corner, doing a great job keeping it in low. Now it's picked up by Ferraro behind the net. Ferraro throws it back up the boards, and it's going to come all the way to Jillian Smith at the top of the circle. Throws one at net, just wide. Good job by Smith, throwing it through the bodies. You never know. We picked up by the Sandstoners, Allison Draper, around the net with the puck. Looking to come up, and Smith is pinching low again by the hash. The defense for the Comets are really going in deep. Comes out to all the way to the Comets blue line, picked up by Emma Castor. Bouncing puck, pressured by Draper, but she's able to get it up ice and into the zone for a line change for the Comets. Sandstoners have a chance right here. The puck thrown deep from their zone up to center ice. Bicknell, that would be Draper, throwing one in wide of the net. Comes around, it's going to be coming out of the zone. Here comes Kate Storms. Storms up ice, looking for Addie Parent, just off her stick and pressured by number 20, Audrey Sheldon. Puck goes deep in the Sandstoners' end. Parent and Sheldon in the corner with it. Storms comes in, lays a body. I don't see an arm come up. Little innocent hockey collision there with number 14, Quinn Russell, and Storms. Parent down in the corner, trying to keep the puck low. Sandstoners kick it up. Storms throws around, throws a one-timer at the net. Great job right there by Avery Marcel keeping it out. Puck is in the corner now, and Parent's in there again with number 14, Quinn Russell. Comes to the blue line and kept in by Marley Johnson. Parent over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald throws it wide of the net. Pulled out from behind the net by the Sandstoners. Going to throw it out up ice. Kicked in by Brulette, but off another pad and back out. Great hustle right there by Allison Draper for the Sandstoners. Puck comes out of the Comet zone. It's going to be held by number 17, Levi Forney. Forney waits to the line, clears up and dumps it in. Marley Johnson behind the net with the puck. On the Chad and Brulette stick. Up ice to Frady's. Frady's up ice to Callie Cushion. Cushion makes a move, gets inside the blue line. Good pressure by number 20, Audrey Sheldon on Cushion, keeping her away from the middle. Cushion behind the net, trying to throw it out front, looking for Kucher. Off a stick, comes back to Cushion. Cushion still got it. She's circling the net. Coming back around the backside again. They make it a second run, looking for some runway to land on. Staying in the corner. Good pressure right there by number 25, Alexis Smith. And Frades joins the fray down there. Throws it up to Marley Johnson on the blue line. Johnson has a hard time with it and tries to backhand towards the net. It's picked up by the Sandstoners. Number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. DeMarco brings it all the way into the Comet zone, and she's met by 3 Comets.
Nice little sequence of events there for BFA. Michaela Kucher did a good job around the outside of the goal. Good defense by Potsdam, but she was constantly looking towards the center of the net for a pass.
Yeah, they have a great job with a nice little box in front of their own net, keeping people off the goalie. Now the Sandstorm throws on wide of the net, picked up by number 21 behind the net. Throwing back around, and here comes Frades. They've got a new line configuration for the Comets as they're trying to figure out what they're going to need to do to get some pucks in the net on the other
it's
end.
Early in the season, too. You know, you're only 3 games in. You've only played 3 games. These constant evolving line pairings, you're going to find what works.
See, last night being the first game, I said I thought I had the Comets all figured out, and Luke and Jeff threw a new wrinkle at me. So
he's pretty good at that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll do it to you with a smile. Puck is thrown deep. Comets had to touch back up, and here comes Lily Ferraro, and we got Elena Dubois coming on. Last night she got on late in the game and had a really great shift. She's out here again early today for the Comets. New member of the Comet team. We got Ferraro in the corner, pressured. Puck goes around the other side, met by Addie Parent, trying to keep it low again. Sandstoners coming back around the back of their net, coming up with some speed. She's going to clear the zone with this. Great speed right there by number 3, Bruno. Met by Stewart, Isabel Stewart, just a solid defenseman. Hard to believe she's a freshman. Takes the puck off Bruno's stick. Stewart behind the net with it. Wheels, goes back the other way, looking for some help. Throwing it around, looking for Matthews. Past Matthews and up to Addie Parent's stick, but Addie's met by a hard pinch from the Sandstoners.
She just met a wall inside the blue line.
That wall had skate blades. Yeah, Addie had her head down, turned, and skated right into a big old door. The refs are letting them play. The previous game, here some of the parents are complaining that there's a lot of girls going in the box for no reason. Well, I think this is looks a little bit different to me on this game.
I haven't seen anything really egregious. I mean, that's just a good hard hockey play right there. And sometimes in this girls hockey, you sometimes see those plays that are a good hard hockey play. And unfortunately, the body checking rule, although it's there for safety, sometimes it can be a little bit misinterpreted.
Yeah, if you don't extend your arms, right there, she did it perfectly. She pinched in, set the wall up. It's just like a pick in basketball. She set the pick and let Addie come into her. She didn't extend her arms, and hey, that's hockey. Nice pass by Smith up to Storm. Storm's trying to get through a wall of Sandstoners, and puck comes back up to the blue line with Castor. Castor's pinching low and trying to keep it in or on a hash. Storms is over there to help now. You got Fitzgerald hovering behind. 2 Sandstoners. Lexi Hott, a freshman or 7th grader, slides in to help. We got a whistle. Net is off.
And one thing that I just noticed, too, is Braylon Fitzgerald was in the middle of the ice, and instead of pinching back towards the blue line to kind of patrol that blue line and not allow Potsdam to get out, she kind of started to shade down a little bit, leaving that blue line open, and that's, I think, where a weakness for BFA is not controlling that blue line inside the offensive zone.
Right. I think you got a lot of girls here trying to figure out their roles and what their position, and a little tricky shot from the side. Jackson holds on to it. And I also think there's some hunger here. This will be our 4th game. We have yet to crack that goal line. We haven't put a puck in the other net. So someone's going to do it.
You can tell the girls are chomping at the bit right now to put one in the back of the net. And it just comes down to that hard work. You're like you said, you're 4 games in, haven't put one in the back of the net. It comes down to hard work at this point.
Yeah, and when it comes, it's going to come. It'll open up a lot more energy. Brulette now behind the net. She stops, waiting, looking for options. Steps around one Sandstoners, avoiding a second one. Picks the puck up to her on her own pass and looking for Cushing up ahead. Great job by the Sandstoners shutting off all the options. It's coming back the other way by number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. Throws a soft one in. Jackson lets it go to the corner. Brulette with a backhand pass off the boards to avoid the Sandstoner to herself. Comes back around to Cushion. Cushion slaps it hard across ice, looking to pick up. And she's got one. We got Gabby Frady's breakaway. And great job! Woo! We got our first goal of the game. Great job by Avery Marcel on the initial save, but a wonderful follow-up right there. And I believe this is going to be
Kuchar, isn't it?
Yep. We got Michaela Kuchar with her first varsity goal as a BFA Comet. She's going to get a puck.
And that's exactly how you draw it up if you are the trailing offensive player. Following the puck, the initial save was made, a great save by Avery Marcel, and then following it up, Kuchar, right on the doorstep, pokes it through.
You had Frady's and Kuchar on the far side of the ice. As soon as that puck hit Cushion's stick, she slapped that puck across ice as hard as she could, and they're off to the races. And Frady's last night was just unbelievable with her effort, and great job right there getting the puck on the net. Great job by Kuchar just keeping right there with her and following in.
All three forwards for BFA were bearing down on goals, so you know they have been instructed to make sure that you follow the puck.
Yeah, Riley Bicknell off the face-off, coming off the wing, cutting through and picking the puck up, getting it deep. She gets rubbed out behind the net by Kuchar and Brulette. And Brulette's probably going to go to the box for that one. She got a little hard on that one into Sophie Bruno.
She got away with the first one.
Is she not getting away with this one? Arm is up and waiting for a Comet to touch up, and there it is. So the Sandstoners going to come out with their first power play of the game. Minute 20 left in first period. And we'll see what they run.
I think if we've seen anything from this Potsdam team, I think this power play is going to be very fast, and they're going to move the puck fast. There was a lot of good passing that's been going on through this first period. I mean, a minute 20 left here in this first. They've been moving the puck well inside the offensive zone, so I wouldn't imagine that we would see anything really different here on this power play.
Yeah. So you're looking at Sophie Merriman Bruno at the center for the power play. On the point is 25 and 20. Alexis Smith, Audrey Sheldon. Wings for the Sandstoners. It looks like you're going to have Allison Draper and Adelaide DeMarco. Comets are coming out with McGinn at the center. Jillian Matthews. Isabel Stewart on the point, and you got Lily Ferraro. McGinn takes the puck behind the net, comes up, hits Ferraro. Ferraro skates it out. She's going deep across the blue line. Got a little shot here, backhand towards the net. Gets good defense there by Allison Draper, keeping the puck behind the net. Puck comes out to Matthews. Matthews throws one in on net. Kick to the side by Marcel. Little whiff on that shot by Stewart, but she's able to keep it in. Now it's going to be picked up by Sophie Merriman Bruno. She's looking across ice. Passing it over to number 20, Audrey Sheldon. Sheldon's met at the red line and kept away from going any further, but off Merriman Bruno's stick. It comes into number 16, Bicknell. Bicknell gets it down low, but the Comets control it. Bicknell with a shoulder into Stewart, knocks her to the ice, no call.
Great heads-up play there. Great heads-up play there by Isabella Stewart. Not just dumping the puck, but she noticed she had a little bit of time, killing just a little bit more time, and also getting a clear lane to dump that puck down the ice.
Now, she is a strong defender. The more I watch, the more I like. She's just very solid, and Brulette the same way. Brulette comes from some.
That is a very formidable defensive pairing there for BFA, and a weapon on the blue line.
They played on the Vermont Junior Cats here the last couple seasons, and they got a lot of hockey under their belts. Brulette's older brother, Colby, was quite the player for BFA years ago, and then he went on to Clarkson for baseball fame.
Athleticism runs in the family.
Yeah, Sandstoners coming up, throwing one wide of the net by number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. We got the period coming to an end. The Sandstoners will start the next period with a 40-second power play. We got a 1-0 lead by the Comets with their first goal of the game, first goal of Michaela Kuchar's career as a Comet, and it was a well done goal. I mean, she just pushed hard, followed the shot, took care of it.
A couple of things I really liked about that first period from the Comets. They limited those turnovers. We were talking about the turnovers inside the inside the defensive end. I'm sorry, we didn't see a whole lot of those passes going up the boards, looking for skaters cutting across the middle in the neutral zone instead of looking at the blue line where it's a dangerous pass. Yeah. So a few good things out of the Comets here in that first period, and it shows on the scoreboard.
One of the things that Coach Coffey mentioned in the recap of last night's game was that the team needed to do better with puck possession in the defensive zone, and it looks like they got that message. So, and we'll see what happens. Both coaches are going to make some adjustments, I'm sure, between the periods, and we'll see what happens with the second tilt. Before we head off for a little bit of a time, I'd be remiss if I don't reach out to our sponsors here. And let's take a moment to thank our community sponsors that make our live sports coverage possible. Splish Splash Clean and Clear, Northwestern Rehab Services, Notch Vermont, My Healthy Vermont, JC Image, Union Bank, Stone's Auto Repair, St. Albans and East Fairfield locations, and Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to help sponsor our live coverage, please reach out to Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV. Check out their website for more details, northwestaccesstv.tv. We also like to thank Northwestern Counseling and Support Services and Afterglow Foundation. The two organizations have been working to prevent suicide deaths in our community. And if you're concerned about yourself or a loved one, there are people in our community that can help. Reach out to NCSS 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on its confidential emergency service line, 802-524-6554, then press 1. Or you can always just call or text 988. One call, text, or chat could save a life. And folks, if you're home watching us on this YouTube channel for Northwest Access, thank you for spending your day with us. If you're looking to be adventurous and watch the game later, it's always going to be there. Jump in your car, come on down. Don't worry about the parking lot. There's a craft show going on, but there's a heck of a hockey game going on inside.
I was happy to find a parking spot. We were talking about that before I pulled in, and I saw the first spot as I pulled in. You know, you see all the craft show signs lined up along the road, and I'm like, oh boy. Yeah. So I pulled in, I found the first parking spot, pulled in, and I was very lucky. You should say I was running in here.
Yeah. If you've got one of those 6-seat side-by-sides and you want to make a little money, come on up here and shuttle people into the rink from the football field. They'd love it. You can make some money, trust me. But there's a lot of great vendors here. The Christy Corrigan tournament has sugar cookies at the front door, which are amazing. There's a drop box for tickets for like a prize table as well. A lot of wonderful people here, so take a ride over and enjoy it. Or sit right there and get yourself a nice refreshment. And Morgan and I will be back. And we're going to talk a little bit when we come back about what we should expect to see Monday scrimmage for MVU, Lady T-Birds, and our BFA Comets right here, which is also going to culminate with the food drive that both teams are running. They're trying to fill up hockey bags with non-perishable items. So if you've got some food kicking around, open your pantries, take a look. If you looked at that can of soup for a couple months, maybe it's time to move it. Get your food down here. Share the wealth, or if you feel like going shopping, grab a bag of groceries and drop them off at the rink. And both teams would love to hand that food off to the local food shelter.
And what a great cause.
Yeah. I mean, this is the time of year, folks, where people are looking to their cupboards. So help out if you can. And our young ladies here that are just strapping on the pads and putting the skates and playing hockey and bringing you all kinds of enjoyment right there as you're watching it on our Northwest Access TV, pay them back. Bring some food down. So we'll see you in about maybe 10 minutes. Go get some treats and take care. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Collins Pearly Sports Complex. Christy Corrigan Blitz, 15th annual. We are here with the Comets from BFA St. Albans facing the Sandstoners out of Potsdam, New York.
I have a little bit of PTSD with this team. We played sectional baseball, and we had won our regional game, and we had moved on to playing Section 10, so the regional portion of the state tournament. And we lost to the Sandstoners. The kid that pitched against us, his last name was Coleman. He pitched against us, and he threw 160 pitches in that game and beat us all over the field. Just him. Him. I think we lost the game like 3-2 or something like that. But he beat us all over the field with his bat, with his glove, with his arm. It was impressive. So I still have a little bit of PTSD from the Section 10 team from Potsdam.
Well, we'll try to help you out with that here.
So far, BFA's helping me with a 1-0 score on the scoreboard.
Frady's and Cushion coming out on a line with Stewart and Matthews on the point. Comets are on a penalty kill right now. We got Bicknell, Riley behind the net with the puck. Looking for some action, sliding off the boards, back up to the point, but it's going to be picked up by Cushing. Tips it by the defenseman and out of the zone. Sandstoners are going back deep, pick the puck up. That would be number 20. Audrey Sheldon throwing up ice, but it's going to be picked up by Matthews on the blue line. She throws it back the other way. Going to be picked up as 25, Alexa Smith. Smith takes it and chips it off the boards past Frady's, but pinched in by Cushion. Cushion keeps it low. Now you got number 2, Tegan Sheldon picking the puck up, coming up ice, looking for number 8 on the boards. Adelaide DeMarco. DeMarco cross ice, is looking to make a pass to Lexi Hott. The 7th grader skates well. Puck is reversed by the Comets, then back all the way down. Here comes number 2, Sheldon again. Pinched in by Kuchar, the lone goal scorer of the game. Puck bounces up and off the ice.
Now, in the last 2 minutes of game time for that penalty kill for BFA, didn't look like they were on a penalty kill at all. That strong play by Isabella Stewart in the end of the first period and beginning of this second period really made the difference in that penalty kill.
It looks like they're just generating their confidence now. You know, that goal is amazing what it does. It opens up a lot of things for the Comets.
Well, honestly, Dave, I've seen it right from the drop of the puck to begin the game. Their heads were down and they were skating hard.
Yeah, they got a little bit more pop in their step right now. Around the boards comes Audrey Sheldon looking to get up, but Jillian Smith pinches down low at the hash, keeps it in. Then you got picked up by Haley Lanfair, throws one over the net. Sandstoners are trying to come up and out, but Meyer McGinn and Lanfair there on the boards, keeping the puck in low. Ferraro there doing great battle in front of the net, trying to keep it, but pushed to the corner by number 9, Lexi Hott. Hott trying to come up ice with it, but intercepted by Meyer McGinn at the top of the point there. She throws it back in low. McGinn is now playing center after playing her freshman year as a defenseman, so I think she feels really comfortable back here in the blue line. McGinn now crossing ice to Smith. Smith throws it in off the kick save there by Marcel to the side. Pulled up by number 25, Smith. Smith trying to throw it out of the zone. Does pop out finally, but it's going to be on the stick back on the stick of number 20, Audrey Sheldon at the blue line. Pressured by Ferraro. Ferraro gets it in the zone. Comet line change. Surprised we didn't get called there with a whistle for too many skaters on ice. So that puck come up and hit the line changer. Brought back in by Bicknell, throws it off Jackson's pads, kick to the far corner. Going to be picked up by number 10 for Sandstoners, Jordan Scott, behind the net with it. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Skates around, curls back to the behind the net. Pressured by Smith. Scott still with the puck. Now she's got Fitzgerald on her on the far corner. Good job by Braylon Fitzgerald picking her stick and finally separates her from the puck. And now you got number 6, Draper, and Ferraro in the corner. Or that would be Castor in the corner. Storms with the puck, trying to backhand out of the zone. Is kept in, but now it's finally cleared. Coming at center ice, it's going to be picked up by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald throws a soft one into the Sandstoners zone, but stopped right there at the blue line by number 15 for the Sandstoners. Thrown out, Storms at the center ice line with it, but pulled away from her by number 25, Lexa Smith. Thrown back in the Comet zone. Fitzgerald just turns and off the boards. Right there is where you got to possess that puck. Don't just turn and shoot. Sandstoners are keeping it in. Number 9 with the puck. I believe that'd be number 8. Another one of those folded shirts. Draper comes from behind the net and DeMarco, just throws it right across the front of the net and gets past Jackson, but goes into the far corner. Storms pressuring number 25, Smith, on the blue line. Smith throws it in deep, picked up by DeMarco behind the net. Good pressure by Smith and Fitzgerald on DeMarco. Into the fray comes number 21, Emily McCarthy. Puck comes back up to, good shot on Jackson from Alexis Smith through a crowd. Jackson had her butterfly set up, catches it in her pad, notices it when it hits her pad, and then covers it. Had no idea where that puck was until it hit her, I don't believe.
No, McCarthy did a great job coming across the center of the ice. Again, one of those younger skaters, those underclassmen, a 9th grader, coming across the center of the goal mouth and really disrupting the shooting lane for Jackson, but she did a great job keeping her pads on the ice. Did you teach her that?
No, actually. I taught her how to fall.
Okay. Well, she kept her pads on the ice, so at least she one out of the two things you've taught her.
She gets up better than I do. But, yeah, fall down and lay flat. I'm pretty good at that. It's just kind of like bear hunting. Potsdam comes behind that, looking for a diving number 7, Avery Bicknell, but it gets past her. Bicknell was set up for a point-blank shot on Jackson, but it gets past her stick and goes all the way down to the Potsdam zone. Pressured right here by Gabby Frades and Chaden Brulette. Puck goes back behind the net. Number 7 with it right now, Bicknell. Trying to get a center pass, intercepted by Potsdam, and they throw it out of the zone. And we got some speed coming here with Bicknell, getting past Marley Johnson, throws one to the front of the net. Jackson followed the puck. Number 7 for the Sandstoners had Avery Bicknell just whiffed on a shot, was able to clear, and now it comes back to the corner. Kuchar with the puck, going behind the net. Good pressure on Kuchar with Bicknell from Riley Bicknell. Kuchar backhands it back behind the net to Chaden Brulette. Brulette comes up, steps around one. Puck goes to her skates. She's trying to kick it forward, but it's picked up by Lexi Hott, the 7th grader. Can't believe it. She is not playing like a 7th grader.
No, she doesn't skate like she's not in high school yet.
No. Good shot through a crowd, but blocked down by Brulette. And there we go. Sandstoners picking up a loose puck off the initial shot. Allison Draper throws it in behind Jackson for the goal. Sandstoners opening up their own little floodgate. 1-1 now.
Lexi Hott and Allison Draper were right on the doorstep, and just that relentless pressure in front of the goal. Hott had the initial shot. Jackson made the save, and then Draper was right on the doorstep to put it in the empty net, similar to what we kind of saw earlier in that first goal from BFA.
Yeah, and that's just it. You got as a defenseman, you got to take care of what's in front of the net, keep them off your goalie, and it's just tough. You got
this is a game so far that we've noticed. It's a grinding game.
Yeah.
It's either along the boards or it's in front of the net, and it's just you have to grind. We're tied at 1 here with 9.5 minutes left in the second period, and that's all these girls are doing, are just battling.
Yeah, there's no real open ice. There's always 1 or 2 bodies on the puck, which is good. It's good hockey. It's a very evenly matched team. Puck comes back up. Ferraro stops it, keeps it in. Now goes over to Matthews, throws one on to Marcel's pad. Marcel stops it and holds on to it for the whistle.
I want to go back right before the goal. Michaela Kuchar had a great shift for BFA, playing defense in front of the goal. There was a 2-on-1 that came down. It was the Bicknell sisters were 2-on-1. Kuchar was the only one back and made a nice play in front of the goal. That definitely could have been a game-changing play right there for Potsdam.
Yeah,
and a good job by Michaela Kuchar.
Yeah, she's been playing hard. Good, like I said, a very good new addition to the Comets, and she works hard. Puck now deep in the corner here, and you got Stewart pinched in, trying to get it to the front of the net. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Lily Ferraro. Puck is thrown by the Sandstoners, goes to the length of the ice, and will be called for an icing. The Bicknell girls on that last goal had some hop in their step. When the puck cleared up on their own blue line and she broke free from the defenseman, she had some open ice.
This Sandstoner team is fast. Riley Bicknell, Avery Bicknell, and Lexi Hott, they are so fast out here. And it's speed that I'm not used to seeing here at the high school level either.
Yeah, and that's 2 of those girls you just named are 7th and 8th grade.
You can't teach speed.
So what you're seeing New York doing, they're going to that where you can test in. Yep. And Vermont is going to have to head that way with a recent loss of the South Burlington program to numbers. BFA had low numbers this year. First time in years they didn't have any cuts.
3-on-2 developing here.
Yeah.
Good defense.
Good job by number 2 on that one, Tegan Sheldon, to stop that little attack. Alexis Smith throws it into the Comet zone. Picked up by Ferraro Castor behind the net, throwing up the boards, but Smith is there to keep it in. Tosses it down deep. Number 3, Sophie Merriman Bruno, picks the puck up along the boards, tries to go behind the net, and Castor's there to pinch her off. Storms picks the puck up off the sideboards and throws it down the length of the ice, and Addie Parent's there to get there for the Comets. She stops, lets all the traffic go by her. She's trying to throw it to the front to Fitzgerald, but it's intercepted by Sandstoner. Here comes Bruno right now, crossing the blue line for the Comets. Throws one towards Jackson, but blocked by Castor. Goes behind the net. Now number 16 is Bicknell, Riley. Throws one to the front. They're throwing the puck out in traffic and hoping for good things to happen, and that's not a bad thing to do. Castor's over there in the corner with number 10, Jordan Scott. Scott's coming up the ice looking for an opening skating lane, but it's blocked, and here comes Kate Storms. Kate Storms with a breakaway. Can Storms finish the deal? There's good pressure here by the Sandstoners. Great back checking by Quinn Russell, keeping Storms stick to the ice, not allowing her to shoot. And now it's cleared back out. Nice little mini break for Kate. Good job right there by Quinn Russell on the back check and tying up Storms.
Talk about, once again, Quinn Russell, a 9th grader, on that blue line with some poise, being able to trap the stick down and not take a penalty.
Yeah, strong. And here we got a little action in the front of the net here. Good job by Brulette to keep number 6, Allison Draper, from getting a shot off on Jackson. Puck goes off to the sideboards here. Parent, and it would be Cushion on the pressure. Popped out by Fitzgerald up ice, and good pressure by Gabby Frades on the Sandstoners, and they throw it back down the other way, and it's going to be picked up by Chatham Brulette behind the goal line. She's going to take it behind the net. 6:40 left in the second period. Brulette just stops, so let's play develop. Trying to throw it around the boards, but it's knocked down by number 8 from the Sandstoners, Adelaide DeMarco. DeMarco now with the puck, throws it wide of the net, behind the net. Brulette's there with her. Good pressure. Strong, 2 strong players right there. Brulette throwing it up the boards to Frades. Frades steps around one pinching defenseman, but she's not able to avoid the second one, which would be number 17, Levi Forney. Comets do finally clear the puck, and it's kicked up to Callie Cushion. Cushion's got a great shot. She's got some space, and she just created some space with that nice stop. Throws one wide to Frades. Frades trying to tip it past Marcel, but it was missed in net. Good job by the Comets trying to create here. Puck thrown back in. Now it comes out, and you got Kucher and Frades battling right here on the boards with the Comet bench. Cushing comes in, but it's too late, because here comes DeMarco. Picks it up, goes the other way, throws one at Jackson. Jackson's got a bouncing puck in front of the net, and I believe she got it by her. Jackson was trying to get her glove on it. The puck kept bouncing, and DeMarco just kept whacking and whacking, and it eludes Jackson, gets over the pad, and in for the second goal of the game. That's hard play. That's why you don't quit, you don't give up.
And once again, just that grinding down by the blue paint, and no fault of BFA. They did a good job of trying to control sticks, but DeMarco just outworked there.
Yeah, you can't let a player lay on the ice while you're going to keep whacking. Eventually, you got to get there and tie things up. But great job by DeMarco. Here comes the Comet the other way. Lanfear with a shot, blocked off a stick, and gets through to Marcel, but it's weak and pushed to the corner. Sandstoners clear it. Alexa Smith up the boards with it. Chased down by Jillian Matthews behind the net. Matthews is pressured by 2 Sandstoners. Sandstoners got a little hop in her step right now. Puck clears up to Lanfear on sideboards. Lanfear hits Lily Ferraro. Off her stick, goes a little bit beyond her, and is able to be corralled by Claire Schoen. Schoen throws it out of the zone. Lanfear throws it back in. Ferraro there trying to push it past number 15, Schoen. Gets deep in the corner, and Schoen and Ferraro battling out. Goes around the sideboards over to number 16, Riley Bicknell. Storms is over there doing battle with Ferraro. No, that would be Stewart, who's sunk way in for a defenseman. Great job by Stewart. They love the pinch low. Stewart again, she's below the hash marks on the pinch, keeping it low. And Riley Bicknell gathers puck, throws it up ice, hits number 7, Avery Bicknell. Bicknell can't maintain the puck, and Addie Parent is there to take it off her stick and pushes it back out of the zone. Here comes Kate Storms, trying to get it deep. Great job by Claire Schoen, keeping them at the blue line, standing there up, separating the puck, and now it goes back to Smith behind the net. Smith throws it high off the glass, trying to get out of the zone, and she does. Picked up by number 9, Lexi Hawk. Stopped at the blue line for the Comets, and here comes Stewart throwing it deep. Gets it behind the net, comes off the board. Marcel will hold on to it.
And he touched back, the pep in their step that this Sandstoner team has. I think their demeanor going into the second period, they don't believe they should have been down a goal. And coming out flying the way that they have, scoring 2 goals in the second period, just proves that point.
Yeah, they've got a good young coach, and
it's incredible, too. Abby Adams has them keeping their shape inside the offensive zone as BFA is trying to break out.
right here in front, got an opportunity to Comets off the side of the net into the front, and Cushing just whacked at it but didn't get enough stick on it, and there was a 5-hole right there.
Loose puck. I saw the play developing. I wanted to give you a second to get back into it before I interrupted you a little bit.
One of those innocent bounce off the net, you never know. Sandstormers throw another one off a body, though. It goes to the corner. Frady's right there and throwing it back up the boards. It's going to be picked up by the Sandstormers and thrown deep by number 10, Jordan Scott.
See, I may not be used to this whole color commentating thing, but you know what? I do have some spatial awareness.
Hey, you're doing great. Comets coming the other way with the puck. Kuchar throwing it up. Just gets ahead of Frady's a little bit and picked up by number 2, Tegan Sheldon. Takes it behind her own net, trying to come around the boards, but she's met by Callie Cushing there to pinch her off. Cushing throws one over the front to Frady's. Frady's tries to backhand it to the net, goes wide of Marcel, goes into the corner. It's going to be picked up by number 24 for the, I believe that's 24. That's 14, I'm sorry, folks. That's Quinn Russell. Russell throws it back around the net. Goes all the way to the sideboards, picked up by number 21, Emily McCarthy. McCarthy throws it out of zone. Emma Castor picks it up on Collins' blue line, throws it cross ice, looking for Kuchar. Eludes Kuchar, but it gets into the Potsdam zone, and now it's going to be picked up by Cushing off Kuchar's stick. You got Ferraro there trying to pick up the loose puck. Good job by Lily Ferraro fighting, throwing it back to the front of the net, but it goes wide into the corner. You got Russell throwing it back around the net. It's going to be tried to play by number 2 right there, Tegan Sheldon, but it gets past her and it goes up to the boards anyway. Sandstormers clear the zone. Emma Castor picks it up, trying to throw it out, puts it right on Adelaide DeMarco's stick, who throws it right into Aaron Jackson's glove for the save. You got to be careful on those open ice center zone passes. You got to make sure you got a home for it.
It's a clearing attempt that just had an unfortunate bounce off a body in front, and DeMarco once again in front of the goal, right bearing down right on Jackson.
Both teams doing a great job trying to clog passing lanes. Bicknell coming off the face-off top of the net, flashing for a shot, and just comes weakly off her stick. The Comets are able to take it up the other way, and Meyer again throws them wide of the net. Good pressure right there behind the net by the Comets. You got Elena Dubois out for another shift, and she just throws her body right into the mix. Chad and Brulette down in front of the net on the cover-up by Marcel, and the Sandstormers are letting her know that that's not where they want her.
Potsdam's going to the box right now. That's going to be Audrey Sheldon. She's going to go to the box, 2 minutes for a rough. She's just protecting her goalie there.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that call, especially because you haven't had a whole lot of extracurricular stuff going on throughout the game to this point. But she's going to go to the box, 2 minutes for a rough, so that's going to give BFA a power play with 1:52 left in the second period.
You got McGinn, Ferraro, and Brulette up on the front for the Comets. Excuse me, Brulette's here on the top of the power play. You got Stewart moving up front. Cushing and Brulette on the blue line. Cushing to Brulette now. Brulette steps around one Sandstoner. Over to Cushing. Great job by the Sandstormers coming high and pressuring their two girls on a point. Brulette now with the puck. Throwing it down to Stewart in the corner. Stewart's going to pick it up. Pressured by Smith. Back up to Brulette on the blue line. Nothing clean on the passing right now. It's a fresh power play for these girls. Stewart cross ice to Cushing. Cushing throws one in on Marcel off a couple bodies behind the net. It's going to be picked up by Cushing again on the sideboards, up to Brulette in the blue line. Brulette fires one low. Great shot, low for the tip.
2 great shots there by BFA, keeping the puck down low on the ice.
Cushing picks up the rebound, back to Brulette. Brulette is thrown over to Stewart. Stewart's in a great spot for a shot there. Just whiffs on the shot. Oh, she wanted that top corner. This clock is winding down, 50 seconds left in the period. Puck is going to be cleared out, and it gets past Brulette. It's going to be picked up by a streaking Sophie Bruno. Throws one in on Jackson. Pad save to the corner. Tense moment right there. Bruno picks up her own shot, throws it wide of the net. Now you got Smith on the blue line, just throwing it back in deep. 32 seconds left in the period. The period will run out before the penalty will. Good pinch right there by Quinn Russell. Picked up by Bruno on the blue line, skating around the hash, sideboards, looking for below the net, looking for a pass. Good pressure by the Comets. You got McGinn right there, separating Bruno from the puck and throwing the puck up to the boards to Ferraro. No, Stewart, excuse me. Stewart coming up the blue line. Pressured hard by the Bicknells on the boards. Stewart's able to get it deep. We're going to see 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the period will be ending with the puck behind the net. 0.8 seconds left on the penalty, so virtually we'll start the next period even. Woo! 2-1. Sandstoners lead after one.
That was
After two, excuse me.
A good little sequence, though, for BFA on that first power play that they've had. 2 good shots from the point, both coming off the stick of Brulette and Callie Cushing from the blue line. And that's exactly what you want to do, is generate those chances, keep that puck low, and make Avery Marcel follow that puck all the way from the blue line.
The Comets had 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores on that power play. So there's a lot of inexperience. Cushion's the only one on that power play from last year's power play. So there's a lot of, they're going to learn. They're going to figure things out, clean up the passing.
You could tell, too, with the way that the passing was going, that nothing was really crisp. Nothing was really pointed to where it needed to go. There's a lot of indecision that was going on around the outside. And but again, credit to those 2 on the blue line that got the shots off. It's exactly what you got to do here going into this third period, especially down 2-1. You have to generate those shots from the blue line and get traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, and I did like those shots. Low, hard shots right on net, and it's great opportunity for a tip in.
And it seems like experience, right? I mean, you have Callie Cushing, who has experience on this team, has experience at this level, playing this type of hockey. So you expect to see that out of her. But seeing it out of Brulette is again, it's impressive to see those 2 Brulette and Stewart 9th graders playing the way that they do on the blue line.
They will. I would say very, their learning curve will be very short. They're going to be up to speed quickly, and it's going to be fun to watch. They both have tremendous shots. I mean, I'm the goalie dad, and I'm trying to get Roulette to sign a waiver so she can stop hitting Aaron in practice, so Aaron can make it through the season. But Aaron will attest, she's got just one heck of a shot, and she knows where it's going. So let's get this opening weekend of jitters off and see what happens. But
well, there was a lot of heat on the ice in that second period. A lot of speed, a lot of heat. It was a little cold, not cold as Highgate up here, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I brought my mittens with me to keep me warm. But it's just the girls are absolutely flying all over the ice and keeping the energy up on the ice through the first 2 periods.
Yeah, they've got a lot of confidence back in their pants right now, and I think they're going to take that right to the bank. And it's interesting to watch. You know, I was first year of broadcasting. I was able to watch the 22-0 season. A lot of veterans on that team, and each year it's been a little bit different mixture. This is the first year where it's like a fresh start, and we'll see. I'm not used to seeing that, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a fun ride. They got some good girls out there and great potential.
Oh, they seem to have corrected at least a few of the errors that they made last night and the first couple of games that they've played.
Yeah, the Sandstoners and the Comets, I think they match up well with each other, and it's going to be a great third period. And again, the Sandstoners coach, Abby Adams, she's a younger lady. She played hockey, and I think she has a real good way of getting a message across the players. It's kind of like it's not like an older senior coach. It's kind of one of your peers just talking to you, and I think they're getting a message. So I'd be interested to sit in and hear what her.
I would say the first 2 periods have been pretty indicative of that.
Yeah, and they're responding to the coaching, as are the Comets. So it's been a fun game, and I'm looking forward to an exciting third period. We'll see you guys soon. Just a small town boy. Here, we're back, David Morgan.
I know you were waiting for me to come in, but I had to give that one to you. I had to. I couldn't deny the folks that from you.
Well, I'm telling you, folks, if you know Dave Jackson, then you know I karaoke. And actually, I'm a much better lip syncer when noise does not come out of my mouth.
I don't know. You were ready for that. I saw that one come down deep.
I've been watching American Idol. You know, America's Got Talent. I'm ready. The Voice.
I would text Dave Jackson every time. I'm telling you.
I bet you would. Hey, before we start this period and all this excitement, it's third period, 2-1 lead right here by the Sandstorms, but it's going to be a shootout. I got to reach out to our sponsorship again. Now let's take a moment to thank our community sponsors that make our live sports coverage possible. Splish, Splash, Clean, and Clear. Northwest Rehab Services, Notch, Vermont. My Healthy Vermont, JC Image, Union Bank, Stone's Auto Repair with St. Albans and East Fairfield locations, and the Collins Prairie Sports Fitness Center where we are. If your business would like to help sponsor our live coverage, please reach out to Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV. Check out their website for more details, northwestaccess.tv. We also like to thank Northwestern Council and Sports Services and Afterglow Foundation. The two organizations have been working to prevent suicide deaths in our community. If you are concerned about yourself or a loved one, there are people in our community that can help. Reach out to NCSS 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on its confidential emergency service line of 802-524-6554, and then press 1. Or you can always just call or text 988. One call, text, or chat can save a life. All right, Morgan, we got a .8 power play here by the Comets, which is going to evaporate quickly.
8 seconds left in this first period, but you know what? It's not what happens in this first 8 seconds. It's what happens after that first 8 seconds. Yeah. You need to establish offensive pressure immediately off of this draw and really start getting things moving towards the net.
Yeah, Sandstoners just put the pressure hard on that face-off and kept it right at the center ice, and now they're all evened up. Stewart dumps it deep and follows it in. She's covered up by Cushion on the blue line. Stewart's coming out of the corner of the puck. On her backhand, though, she's trying to throw one towards net, but not a lot of power. Kick back to the corner, and there goes Stewart again. She's there with Smith from the Sandstoners. Smith throws it around the sideboards. It's going to be picked up by Audrey Sheldon. Good pressure over there on Sheldon by, looks like Gabby Frades. And then now you got Kuchar slides in to help, but the puck does clear. Stewart picks it up, throws it deep, and Comet's doing a quick change right now. Kuchar stays on to add pressure, going in there with Audrey Sheldon. Keeping it low. Good job by Kuchar taking off Sheldon's stick. Gets tripped up a little bit by Sheldon, and the arm is up. The penalty will be called on the Sandstoners momentarily, right here.
So we're going to get good job, a great job. Sorry to interrupt you, but a great job by Michaela Kuchar. Number one, staying out and not changing, providing that pressure, because the Sandstormers would have had all day to exit their zone. So not only did she stay out and she was able to create pressure, but then the hard work draws the penalty along the far boards, and now BFA back on the power play.
She was a lone Comet skater in that offensive zone at the Potsdam end, and she drew a penalty. So that's working hard.
That is the epitome of sacrificing your body for your team. Getting down, doing the dirty work along the boards, and then drawing the penalty and getting your team a power play. And
Kuchar stays out there for the draw. Now it's back up to the point. Jillian Smith throws it in. Comets are reset for their power play. You get Jillian Smith going deep for the puck in corner. Backhands it over. Looking for Frades. I believe that, Frades comes out from behind the net. She's got the puck in the side corner. She's moving it up. It's going to Castor. Kick back to Frades. Frades brings in front of the net. Kuchar takes a shot, but it goes wide and cleared by the Sandstoners. All the way down. Jackson comes down the net to play it. Touch pass over to Matthews. Gets through Matthews' skates on a bounce. Picked up by Sandstormer. Throwing it around the net to be picked up by Jillian Smith on the far boards. Smith kicks it past one Sandstormer. Gets up to the point. Kuchar's there to play it. It goes up to Jillian Smith again. Smith crosses the blue line. Takes it deep. Throws it towards Marcel in front of the net, gets past her all the way over to the sideboards, and it gets past Castor.
A different power play look here for BFA than they had the first time out. Brulette and Cushing not out on the ice just yet. I think they'll hop over the boards right now. But that forward line, Jillian Smith doing a good job getting pucks into the center of the net.
Yeah, now that number one power play just dropped back out, as you said. Myram again turns around to a quick wrap, throws it to the net. Off pad to the sideboard. Brulette picks up the blue line, throws it in on Marcel through a crowd. Right into the midsection. Marcel holds on to it.
And once again, 12:35 left in this third period, and something I haven't touched on just yet, but Avery Marcel for Potsdam, great rebound control. Yes. I have not seen her give up those juicy rebounds in front of the net at all for those garbage goals. And once again, she's just standing tall and cushioning everything and dropping it right down in front of her.
Yeah, it's like the best way to describe it is she basically seems like she's got a soft body. You know, the puck is absorbed, and she goes where she wants with it. Comes back up, cushion throws one through a crowd. Great job at Ferraro trying to tie up some spots there as N. McGinn. Sandstormers kick it back up the blue line. Cushion's there, trying to keep it in, but nope. Here comes number 10 for the Sandstormers, Jordan Scott. Gets it down low. Chad Brilla beats it to it. Throws it up to Stewart. Off Stewart's stick hard and comes back to Scott. Scott behind the net with it for Potsdam. Looking to kill some clock and find a place for the puck to go. Here's Ferraro putting pressure on her with Cushing.
Great job. Yep. Great job bringing the puck down into the corner and wasting time on this penalty kill.
She killed the last 20 seconds of that penalty. Now the penalty's up. All even now. Puck is sent back in behind the net. Picked up by Brulette. Skates in behind Jackson. Stops. Takes a look. Throws it up the boards. Looking for Ferraro, but goes a little bit faster to Smith. Smith pinches in and throws it back in deep. Can be picked up by, look like Stewart in the fireboards. Stewart throws it back behind the net. There's Ferraro there with McGinn. He gets past them to Smith and blue line, but comes off a pad and comes clear of the zone. It's going to be picked up by number 15, Claire Schoen. Schoen throws it back up boards, looking for Bicknell, or Draper, excuse me. Draper loses her stick in the process and goes in deep, picked up by the Comets. Up the sideboards to Kate Storm. Storm's off her stick, looking to give it to Fitzgerald on the way out, but it's tied up, and Potsdam sends it back in. That looks like Stewart throws it back behind the boards, behind the net. Brulette's with it. Brulette makes a couple moves, steps around one defender, and sticks it back over to Stewart. Stewart out of the zone to Fitzgerald. Puck goes back into the zone. Brulette with it now. She's skating it out. Gets a little space, loses that space quickly as the Sandstormers close in on the passing lanes. Avery Bicknell pushes it off Brulette's stick deep into the net, the corner, excuse me. Puck is now coming out of the zone on the stick of Brulette. Brulette backhands it in at the blue line. Gets it low. It's going to be picked up by number 20, Audrey Sheldon. Sheldon comes around the boards, throws it up ice. Gets past Adelaide DeMarco. Picked up by the Comets. Brulette just throws it back in, goes for a line change. She's been out there for a while.
Dave, about 5 minutes has elapsed in this third period, and now is the time that BFA really has to get things going towards the net.
As Callie Cushion picks a loose puck up in their zone. And
almost right on cue.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to take that shot. Say, Morgan, you're a genius. and Cushion does finally gather and takes a shot. Off Marcel's pad, bounces loose. She covers it with her glove.
Now listen, you cannot give me that much credit, okay? Because it doesn't take much for my head to swell. It doesn't.
I mean,
I may seem like a pretty calm, cool, and collected guy, and pretty humble gentleman, but I'm telling you, every once in a while, some comments and some praise really does go to my head.
So standing up in this booth, I can tell you right now, my hindsight is worse than your foresight. Puck behind the net by Frady's. Frady's over to Cushion. Cushion brings it up to Smith at the blue line. Smith takes a shot, and there we go! Woo! Cushion comes up off a pass from Frady's, hits Smith, 2 steps in, and throws a nice little arcing shot in. Bounces off the side of Marcel's light pad and in the net.
Okay, so it was a little bit of foreshadowing. They did hear what I said and trying to get things going towards the net. And Jillian Smith with a great shot from the blue line. And once again, all that traffic, they move across the center of the net. And that shot, Avery Marcel can't see that shot the whole way.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies. These goalies are really fighting for any type of viewing lanes. And it's a great job by both teams to take that away from the goalies. Comets they got a little hop in their step right now. Puck gets sent back up by Smith to Frady's far side. Frady's gets it in low behind the net. Smith coming around the net, throwing it back up ice, and she's putting that on the stick of Avery Bicknell. Bicknell trying to clear the net, but it hits, that would be Kucher's stick. Kucher throws one in. Looking for second goal of her varsity career.
Okay, so about a minute has elapsed since we have 9:22 left in the third period. About a minute has elapsed from that point where we said, okay, things got to start getting towards the net. Jillian Smith, Frady's, all getting involved on the offensive end, trying to get things moving towards the center of the net. You can see that pep in the step has come from BFA.
Here's another Marley Johnson playing one off the high glass off attempted chip out, takes it high off the glass, throws it down, and throws one in on net. Not a hard shot, but on net.
And I keep looking to my left here, and I keep looking down the bench at Luke Coffey. That man has not stayed still this entire third period. He has been moving from standing to sitting.
Puck kicks by Chatham Brulette up the boards and picked up by Jordan Scott, who goes in and throws a shot on Jackson's pad, kick to the corner.
And the point to that was he has not stood still for just a second, which is the message that has been, broadcasted in that second period or in that second intermission. He's doing exactly what he wanted the girls to do on the ice.
Plus, Luke is he's my height, and he's probably having a hard time seeing over some of those girls, so he's moving from head to head, looking for.
I wouldn't be calling a hockey game with Dave Jackson without a couple of chirps. I'm going to tell you.
He's looking for a visual lane like our goalies are. The shot here by Smith on Jackson. Jackson pads it to the corner, picked up by Marley Johnson, throws it behind the net. Brulette up the boards, a little strong, gets past the wing, getting to the point, and kept in by Quinn Russell. The spelling of Quinn's name, Kwynn. I'm telling you, Sandstone throws another in front. Jackson puts a glove on it, but not strong enough, and the girls picked it up and throws it back around. Good job by Potsdam going after that loose puck. You got to put your whole body on top of your glove when you're going to cover it here. Here comes Kucher out, picked up by Cushing off her stick. Backhand over to Frady's. Frady's a nice shot, just a little wide. Gabby Frady's, she's been all over the ice the last two games. She's playing really strong. Cushing just throwing one out front. Another nice one-timer. Good job, Cushing to Frady's. That's a good little pair for the weekend. They've been matching up well together. Marley Johnson on a pinch in, trying to keep it in. Does a good job, but it's backhanded out, and Jordan Scott's off to the races. She's going to beat the Comets to the end, but it's going to be nicing.
So Callie Cushing is pulling double duty here. She's going down from the top line and playing with the second line because Lamphere went down with an injury in the first period. She came off the ice kind of a little bit laboring, looked like an upper body injury, but she has not been back out on the ice to this point. So Cushing is really, again, pulling double duty, both playing on the first and second lines.
Yeah, she's doing a heck of a job. Sandstoner's coming out with the puck, number 21 on the Potsdam team. Emily McCarthy takes it down deep. Kept in the corner by the Comets. Comets take possession now. Addie Parent down, wheeling out of the corner, coming up ice with it. Good pinch off by number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. Sends it back down. Jillian Matthews behind the net with it. Sends it over to Stewart. Stewart up ice, looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to Storm. Storm's to Parent. Parent taking a little run with the puck. Good pressure there by number 20, Audrey Sheldon on Parent, but Parent gets it into the zone. Sheldon lost the puck for a little bit, and Parent just charged in the corner and tried to make something happen. And here comes a pinching Stewart behind the net with the puck. These defensemen go low, and Isabel's just no fear. Sends it back up Jillian Matthews. Matthews throws one in wide of the net. You got Stewart again pinching in, but the Sandstormers are able to push it out. It's going to go almost length of the ice. No icing. Matthews will pick it up and come the other way with it. Cross ice, dangerous pass right there. You cannot do that. Levi Forney there got her stick on it in front of the net. Good thing it went wide. Sandstormers battling. Loose puck still. It's got to get out of the zone. Kate Storms, that's Lily Ferraro. Great job by Ferraro clearing the zone and coming up into the Sandstormers with it. That pass you just can't see happen.
No.
Castor now picking the puck up, going back in her zone. Good pressure on Castor by Bruno. It's cleared up. Myram again with it. Passes over to Ferraro, just a little ahead of Lily. Lily has to chase in the corner with Smith. Alexa Smith doing the pressure. Smith comes out with the puck. Comes around the net, trying to clear the zone. Good job by Jillian Smith. Pitching in, throws it again on net. Good job by the D getting that puck low and on net. Puck is cleared out. Castor with it, going across ice again. You got to watch these cross ice passes. A deflection by a Potsdam player, keep it into the center zone. Loose puck again, picked up by number 16 for the Sandstoners. Riley Bicknell. Comets finally get a little bit of control, but now it's picked up by 15. Claire Schoen, who throws it deep in the Comet zone. It's picked up by Kate Storms now. Jillian Smith. Smith bounces off the boards. Alexis Smith up on the point. He throws it back in behind the net. Going to be picked up by number 6, Allison Draper. Throws it behind the net, but it's going to be picked up by Jillian Smith. Smith across ice. She's got Gabby Frady's. Frady's riles the puck. Coming in, takes a shot from the sideboards behind the net. Cushion there with the pressure. Jillian Smith pinching in low again. Ends up on Cushion's stick. Top of the circle. Fires wide of the net. Low. No one there to pick up the rebound. Everyone's kind of floating high right now. Puck is sent by Potsdam the length of the ice, but it will not be icing. Cushing's given chase to it. Picks up in the corner. Good pressure on Cushing by number 9 from the Sandstoners. Up ice to Castor. Castor's trying to clear it. It does finally clear the zone by the help of Frades. It gets sent back in. Can be picked up by Jillian Smith. Smith holds, hesitates, then throws it out of the zone. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left. 2-2 tie right now. Sandstoners throwing the puck out of their zone, but kicked in by the Comets. Right back at them. Now it's up ice at number 21 for the Sandstoners and McCarthy. McCarthy's met by Storms and Marley Johnson. Marley Johnson chases the puck down behind the net. Pressured there by number 8, Adelaide DeMarco. DeMarco comes out with a puck. Nowhere to go. She had a wall of Comets in front of her. She goes up the board, sends it back to the point. Back to DeMarco. Across.
Great puck
Good
movement.
puck movement right there as well, yeah. Throwing along the boards. They're keeping it away from the Comets, and they're keeping it high. DeMarco coming in. She's got some space. Throws it through some bodies. Jackson makes it off her stick into her glove and hangs onto it. Good
Boy,
puck.
she is a lot more athletic than you.
Yeah. No doubt about it. I eat better than her, though. I mean, she does have avocado. I still like that, but
One thing though that I have seen from Erin is her ability to track the puck. She did a lot better tonight than she did last night. I don't know if it was just nerves last night or what, but she has been tracking the puck unbelievably well throughout this entire game.
I think it's a combination of size and speed. Last night there was a lot of speed on that ice and some big girls. But yeah, she's really getting in her zone, and you got to work into the season. It's coming. The Potsdam with the puck, doing a great job keeping away from Comets, staying wide, looking for good passing lanes. Not forcing it right now. They're just keeping it wide, waiting to see what happens. Stewart right there putting a nice little pressure on in the corner. McGinn comes in to help. Stewart with the puck. Stewart gets hit from behind with a good push. No call. It's borderline. Puck is trying to be cleared by the Comets again. They're struggling, but it comes off the pads of Lily Ferraro out of the zone. Ferraro's following that puck deep in the Potsdam zone, but out comes the number 3, Sophie Merriman Bruno. Throws it the length for an icing. Yeah.
Finally going to get a break in action. I mean, that's only the second stoppage of play that we've had in probably the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Ever since the tying goal, we have not had a stoppage of play. These girls, very fluid line changes coming in and off the ice, but you can definitely tell that stretch of play really wore on these girls out there.
It's great play by both teams. Comets win the face-off. It goes back to Smith. Smith throws one through some bodies, but it's blocked down by Sandstoners. And out comes number 6, Allison Draper. The puck throws it the length of the ice again. Icing. 2 more steps, she'd have been across that red line, and she could have followed in her dump. But I tell you right now, I'm going to say it. Next goal wins.
I think you may be just right about that one. With 2:55 left here, this third period.
Yeah.
There's the foresight that we were looking at.
That's probably the one crisp one I'm going to call today. Kuchar there, great job tying up that face-off, but the Sandstoners get it and try to throw it out, but it's pinched in by Jillian Smith. Kuchar's right there, battling, throws it up to Chad and Brulette. Brulette fires! Pad save, picked up by Cushing, goes wide. Great sequence right there. Kuchar around the top. She hits Brulette, who threw that about 20 feet wide of the net, looking maybe for, a bounce pass.
Those boards are alive back there.
Oh, they are. Goes into the corner. Pushed back in by Frades. They're trying to kick it back up. Frades is there again with Cushing. Now it's on Cushing's stick. Cushing's right in her firing lane. Lets it go. Blocked down. Oh, we got to go! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful ready hand shooter. Puck off the goal and a rebound, and it was fired in. And guess what? That is a second goal for Michaela Kuchar's varsity career as a Comet. And if I am fortuitous with my foresight, that could be. I won't say it.
That could be. It all depends on how, number one, how BFA responds to scoring that goal. It's not so much how the Sandstoners respond to it. It's how BFA's, because you can't go back on your heels now. You have to keep pushing. With 2:17 left in this third period, you have to keep pushing here because you know how much speed is on the ice for the Sandstoner team.
Right now, they're coming in with some grit again. And just to say, those 2 goals by Michaela Kuchar, I mean, I've coached hockey in the early days of their dad, Ben, and I can say that she probably got her shot from her mother. But great job, Michaela Kuchar. Welcome to the Comets. Another play out to the front of net. Myra McGinn with a shot, but it's deflected, and we have a hand pass. puck was up in the air a little bit, bouncing, and I think somebody got their mid on it.
Yeah, it's going to come. Face-off's going to come outside the zone. But this third period has been very different for BFA than we have seen. About 10 minutes left in that third period is when they really started pushing, and it's been a very different period for this team.
Yeah, and right now you've got one Lamphere back on the ice, by the way, which is good to see. We've got a young group out there. We got one senior on the ice, and we got sophomores and freshmen. So it's a good group of girls, and they're not intimidated by it. Another nice shot by McGinn, wide of the net. I want to see Mara just wind up and do a roof raker. That kid has got a shot. You know, her cousin is Cal Ripken. Not Cal Ripken, Cal Raleigh.
Okay.
The catcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
So the Raleigh family runs deep in athleticism. And I'm not a Raleigh, by the way. But, another nice pressure here by the Comets, and Stewart runs number 16, Riley Bicknell, out of room along the boards. Strong player as a freshman.
Surprised we have not seen Marcel go to the bench just yet as we're under a minute.
Look at you with your foresight again. She's on her way to the bench for the line change. Potsdam has that extra skater. There's a lot of physical play out here right now, just playing hard.
We're going to get a whistle here.
We got a
BFA's
boarding.
going to the box.
That was similar to what just happened to the Stewart, but it was Haley Lamphere. No, they're sending Stewart.
Stewart's going to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
I thought that was, her arms. Anytime you see the arms extend, my father-in-law is an official ref, and he does a great job.
So now we're going to get a timeout for Potsdam, if I'm right. And once again, so Coach Adams wants to talk about this one, and this is the perfect time, 41 seconds left in this third period, to draw up something. First of all, number one, you got to win the draw. You have to win that faceoff. And then I wouldn't be surprised if you see, in this situation, you see all four forwards that are down below the hash marks. Your defense is going to kind of pinch down a little bit, but your four forwards that are going to be below the hash marks, and everybody's just going to crash.
Yeah, you're not playing defense.
No, 41 seconds left. Everybody's going to the net.
Yeah. So if I'm a guessing man, which I'm not as good as you are, but based on the face-off draws that I've seen today, I'd put Michaela Kuchar on the draw because she'll take one player out. The puck will probably drop right there. It'll stay there, and she'll take that center out. That center's not going to be involved. And then you got to get your wings and your defense up into that mix, get that loose puck, and bury it behind the net.
So you're definitely going to see Hott come on the ice. Lexi Hott is going to be on the ice here for the Sandstoners. I don't know if she'll take the draw or not, but you're going to set her up in the high slot at some point because she is your rebound maker along with DeMarco. DeMarco putting her in front of the net. Those two, I know you're going to see post up in front of the blue paint, and Jackson has to be able to see around them. So the defense for BFA has to clear the front of the net.
And the first name you brought up in that sequence was a 7th grader.
Yeah,
that's just it speaks for the.
So as I mentioned, she's right in the high slot right now. Good job by BFA winning that draw.
Look at that. Gabby Frady's on that draw. Great job, Gabby. And it goes all the way down behind Potsdam's net. Picked up by Smith behind the net. Setting up shop, looking for a move, and she throws at the center ice. It's on Bicknell's stick. Bicknell over to Hott. Hott goes in the low in the corner, throws it up high in the slot, throws one in on Jackson. Goes in off the pad to the side, picked up by Bicknell, who throws it 5-hole on Jackson, who's trying to slide for post recovery.
Once again, every single one of those forwards, starting with Riley Bicknell, every shot that was released, all four forwards crashing the net, and that's exactly what happens. Hott was in the middle of the ice. She had the original shot. It goes off of Jackson, who once again tracked the puck very beautifully all the way to the middle of the ice, made the initial stop, and then Riley Bicknell was just wide open on the wing.
Fires it, didn't waste any time. You got to cover the back. You got to cover that backside post. Comets win the draw again. Throw it in deep. 12 seconds remaining in the period. It's going to end up in the corner here. Smith with it, turning, looking. 7 seconds, still in the zone. Trying to touch it up, but Jillian Smith pinches low, keeps it in. Puck to Myron McGinn on the blue line, throws it wide as the buzzer goes.
So you may not have been, completely correct on that one, okay? And we can excuse you for that one, but you know what? Everybody in this building right now has seen an amazing game. We're going to get some bonus hockey here. So, again, not the outcome right now that BFA was hoping for, scoring with less than 2 minutes left in that third period.
Right.
But now is where the rubber meets the road. You give up a goal with 16 seconds left. Now how do you respond coming into
this is where you're going to show what you got.
Yeah.
This is where you got to dig in deep. pull some new tools out of the box and go to work. And I can honestly say the next goal will be the winning goal.
Yes,
yeah,
without a doubt.
I feel good about it now.
Yeah, okay.
But that was a great play. Bicknell, it would be Riley Bicknell sitting there right there at just 2 feet outside the circle, waiting, and that puck comes hard off Jackson's pad, and she just she looked like Brett Hull. Went down low, stick flex, and just fired.
The whole blade of the stick was on the ice the entire time, and she was able to put it by Jackson. But once again, Aaron stuck with that first shot and made that initial save, but everybody for BFA was up.
Yeah.
Nobody was on the wing. In that situation, I know you're down a skater because you have the extra attacker on for Potsdam, but everybody's got to be marked. You leave somebody alone on the point. You don't leave somebody down low alone by your own blue paint.
You can't have all your bodies migrate to one side. You've got to still
there was a lot of puck
maintain
following.
defense structure.
There was a lot of puck following on that sequence.
Yeah.
And I mean, that comes with experience, and that comes with time. That's something that you learn as you go. But in a situation like that, everybody has to be covered. And you know what? Even if you take another penalty, that puck can't go in the back of the net.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It was a great shot. I mean, Aaron had to push hard from left to go right, and her whole body was extended trying to get there, and it was just beautiful shot. Great play. This is hockey. It's a great game. 3-3 tie. 2 evenly matched teams right from the get-go. They're quick little break here before we come back out for a short overtime. But we're going to see some bonus hockey. Like you said, it's going to be good hockey.
I think in this situation too, coming into overtime, I think you're going to see a lot of play from Chatham Brulette. She's going to get involved on the blue line, but also Frady's and Cushing. This is their time to take over in this game. They did it in the later stages of that third period. But now is the time. You're the veterans on this team. You've been on this team. This is your team. And this is where you come in overtime in a situation like this. The season has been rough to start. But now is the time where you say, okay, I'm going to take over now, and I am going to prove why this team is going to be special.
Yeah. They got 3 goals on the board today. First time this season. They're coming now. They're feeling some more confidence. They got a little more flow. So they just got to do what it says on the back of their shirt. They got to believe. There's no names on the back of these jerseys. It's just one word, is believe. So we'll see what they do. Right now, Potsdam sending out Hull at the center with Draper and Scott on the wings. You've got Sheldon and Smith on the blue line. The Comets are coming out with Frady's, Cushing, and Kucher, with Jillian Matthews and Isabel Stewart on the blue line. Comets win the face-off. It's throwing it deep into the zone, Potsdam. Pressured by Cushing. They're coming right back out. They didn't have any the pressure team to evaporate there. It was a
delayed offside. It was a delayed offside, and they had to pull out. But Frady's didn't even see the official's arm go up.
Yeah.
So she was kind of caught in no man's land inside the zone.
Puck in the corner coming out to the top of the zone. Picked right back up and sent deep by, looks like, number 10, Scott. Scott's being pressured by Matthews in the corner. Intercepted by Cushing. Thrown out. Smith with the puck. She throws it over to number 2, Sheldon. Pressured by Gabby Frady's. Frady's is in the zone as Cushing picks the puck up and loses it at center ice. Then taps it over, and it's going to go right over on the Draper sticks. Draper throws one wide of the net. Jackson gets her stick and makes sure it goes to the corner. Matthews picks it up off the boards. Up ice to Cushing. Cushing makes a move. Puts the puck on McGinn's stick. Off McGinn's stick. Picked up by number 7, Avery Bicknell. Pushed the other way. Gabby Frady's now takes it, throws it the other way to Smith. Picks it up, throws it across the zone. Going to be picked up by Isabel Stewart for the Comets. Brought out of the zone. She looks up for Haley Lanfear. Eludes Lanfear and goes long. Onto Sheldon's stick. Sheldon throws it over. Heads up ice from number 3, Sophie Bruno. Isabel Stewart now with the puck, throwing it back in. Off a deflection on the Marcel stick. She's going to hold on to it for a whistle.
It's good to see Lanfear, as we mentioned, back out on the ice. She came out in the last minute and a half of that third period, and she's already getting a shift here in overtime.
She's a strong skater and a great shot. So she's one of those girls that's kind of quiet all game, but she's got a shot. And you heard her in the right shooting position. You got Storms, McGinn, you got Ferraro, McGinn, and Lanphier on the front line. But
Watch
here
the
comes
speed come here.
Riley Bicknell with some speed heading down ice. Shoots it past Brulette and gets it, eludes Jackson into the net for the game winner. Looked like Bicknell used Brulette as a screen and got it past her.
It's tough coming down with all that speed. It really does change the game with all that speed.
Yeah. Tough game, tough loss. Erin's feeling that one. I can tell from her. She's not happy with that. She feels she should have had that, but you know what? It happens. It's a game of hockey. Great job by Potsdam. Great job by the Comets. It was an exciting, fun game to watch. Unfortunately, for the Comets, it's going to be a 4-3 win for the Sandstoners.
And the result, once again, the result is not what you want, right? But there's a lot of positives that can be taken out of this game, and that was 3. They really only had a lapse of effort, or a lapse of whatever you want to call it, in the beginning of that second period.
Yeah.
That second period was tough for BFA, but the first period, I would say, if this was a boxing match, they took the first period and they took the third period.
Yeah.
And those are the positives that you have to take out of this, not the fact that you just lost a hockey game.
When the Comets load their opening season, the opening part of the season, they loaded up with extremely tough competition to test the girls under fire and then give them something to develop and work on. And this is what they had this weekend. And they've made huge improvements from last night's game to today's game. So hopefully we can translate into more forward progress down the road. And next time we see these ladies on the ice, we'll be with our in-town used-to-be rivalries, but we don't see them ever. And it's great to see the Comets and the T-Birds play on Monday, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, are we doing that game together? Would you like to do that game with me?
They're not broadcasting.
They're not going to broadcast it.
No. If Paul Snyder, if you hear me, Paul, decides he wants it broadcasted, I definitely would love to be up here.
I thought I saw it on the schedule.
If you see it on the schedule, I'll be here.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'll make a phone call when we get out of here.
Okay. You're going to call, and I'll color.
That sounds like a plan to me, but I'm going to tell you, you had mentioned that you were going to be nervous, being up here, and I want to tell you something. From the time that, even last season, you called a few games of the state championship, or called a few minutes of the state championship game, and I'm going to tell you, Dave, you do a good job up here, and it's something that it just comes with time, and it's something that I can see that you put a lot of passion, a lot of effort into, and it's I just want to keep encouraging you to keep with it.
I appreciate that, Morgan, but I got to tell you that it's a guilty reason I'm here. I could either be sitting here calmly calling a game, or sitting by my wife who screams at every shot at her daughter.
Right.
So it's a safer.
I don't know why you got to put it on her like that.
It's a safer environment. Oh no, I've seen the videos too. It's a safer environment to be up here with you, and I appreciate having you here. And I really enjoy it. I learn something from you every time, and it's fun watching you do your work. And it's obviously a passion of yours, and it's cool. It's cool to see somebody attack their passion as well as you do.
Well, we are going to. We have another game coming up here. A little bit later, 5:45, MVU taking on Rutland. I'll be on the call for that one. I wish you could join me for that too. It'd be fun to do a doubleheader with you going up to Highgate. But we have another hockey game coming up at 5:45 for all you hockey fans who want to hear a little bit more of high school hockey here tonight.
I've got a doctor's orders restricting me from going into the Highgate rink because I can't walk.
We're talking about the poutine,
I can't walk by the snack bar. The poutine is amazing, and I'll tell you, it's just a good, warm, healthy meal, and everyone should go up there and try that.
Well, and like we mentioned, it's so cold in that arena that every time that I leave the booth to go inside to just warm up for just a second, just to get my toes thawed out, I smell that food. And this is why, Dave, I don't bring any cash with me, because they don't accept card, they don't accept Venmo or PayPal or any of that stuff, so I don't bring cash with me for that exact reason. I'll smell it and I'll suffer through it, but I don't bring money for that reason.
Put a little Vicks under your nose, it'll help you a little bit. But so this has been a wonderful treat for me. Morgan's been awesome on the call here with me, and you got Meg on the camera. Can't thank Meg enough for her professionalism up here. She makes us look good. So folks, I hope you enjoyed the game and hope you continue to tune in. And Morgan and I will see you again soon. So have a great time. This is Dave Jackson saying adieu.